Hello and welcome to Then What Happened. Understanding. Understanding is not just gaining knowledge. Understanding ourselves and others is a big part of life. In fact, Aristotle argued that part of our problem with understanding others and understanding life here on earth was because we don't understand ourselves really. And that may be a point that is valid. We don't have a good understanding many times of who we really are. We have not really looked inside ourselves to see who we are and how we adapt to the life we have been given to live. But understanding other people can be a thing that will help you to understand yourself as well. We spend a lot of time thinking about how we feel and how we think about certain things, from the taste of a certain food or drink to careers and life goals. All the elements of life, and we think and we talk about, this is how I feel, and this is what I know, or this is what I understand. David Hume of the 18th century, he talked about understanding others, the sympathy, or later what became known as empathy, to feel for someone else. Trying to understand others begins with listening to others. Most of the time when someone else is talking or giving us an explanation of something simple like their weekend or of something complicated like their life goals or their relationships or their university degree, we tend to fill in the blanks. We assume that we know already what they're going to say or how they're going to present themselves to us. And so in our mind, we are thinking what we're going to say in response rather than listening to try to understand. I think a lot of our understanding we put in the category of why. We say, why did they do that? Why do they think this way? Why are they living their life in this way? And we're trying to answer the why instead of just looking at their life or listening to their words and understanding that from their heart and from who they are, this is how they feel or how they see themselves. When we connect with someone on any level, it's because we develop some degree of understanding there. We understand many times that someone is like us. And we think we go together, we are friends, we fit. Our personalities, our wants, our feelings about life, our philosophy is the same. And so we feel like friends and we connect together. It's hard to understand sometimes how we use idioms in different ways, because we will say birds of a feather flock together in English, an idiom that says people who are alike tend to go together, tend to fit. But then we will come right back and say opposites attract. People who are very different complement each other somehow and attract to each other. And they really don't fit in the sense of they like the same things or they do the same things, but there is a complementary connection there. Opposites attract. So I guess at times both situations are true. But understanding others goes to a depth that is far beyond just what we observe on the outside. The next time you hear someone talking, the next time someone is talking to you or maybe to a group, don't try to understand necessarily their motives. That is the why. Don't try to understand what made them say or do what they're doing. But listen to them and ask yourself, what do they want me to understand as a result of this conversation? How do they want me to feel about what they're saying? What are they trying to convey to me? Do they want acceptance? Do they want understanding of their decision? Do they want some kind of a motivation from me? Do they need encouragement? And as you think in these ways, you will better be able to understand people. Don't worry about their motives so much. Motives change, and sometimes we may not understand our own motive. But the need for human understanding is something we all share. And when we feel understood as an employee, when you feel that your company or your organization understands you and understands how you need, what you need, and how you need to work, and what needs to happen for this to be a success, it can change the environment completely. When we realize that understanding of others is almost a prerequisite for understanding ourselves, because we all share this humanness. We all share this thing that we call life. And at some point, giving it to others, giving ourselves in understanding, whether it's a close, intimate relationship or a work relationship, or something like a professor and student, something like a boss and an employee, whatever the connection may be, there is a need for sincere understanding. We study cultures, we study languages, we study societies, we study lifestyles. And sometimes in our attempt to academically study, we may miss the basic understanding of just being human and sharing with one another in a life that is part of understanding one another. Thank you for joining us on Then What Happened. Comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.